Good morning, students. I am Dr. Ritika, the faculty of CSC department, as an associate professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. Today, I am going to deliver the lecture on subject CAM, that is Computer Application in Management. So today we will cover the topic of www and search engines. WW means World Wide Web. So this topic is covered in BBA second SAM Unit 1. Also BBA 6 SAM Unit 1, that is Dynamics of Internet. So let's start about World Wide Web and search engine. So here the term is World Wide Web, that is W3 or web. World Wide Web is also known as web or W3. So let's start. What is World Wide Web? The World Wide Web is a way of exchanging information between computer on the internet. It is a network of pages of images, text and sounds on the internet which can be viewed using browser software. So it is web, or you can say W3, which consists of worldwide collection of electronic documents that are web pages. So a website is a collection of related web pages and associated items. A web server is a computer that delivers request web pages to your computer. W20.2.0 refers the website that provides a means for user to interact. Now let's come on the history of World Wide Web. In 1989 to 1990, Tim Berners-Lee invents the www at CERN. So it published in 1992, which means for transferring text and graphics simultaneously. Text markup language is not invented by Lee, but simple and easy to use. So let's come on the next point, www components. In www components, it further classified into two parts, structural component and semantic components. In structural component, it consists of client browser to dominate implementation, servers which runs on hardwares, cache may be used in many interesting implementations, internet the global infrastructure which facilitate data transfers. Now second is the semantic component, which consists of HTTP, that is hypertext transfer protocol, HTML hypertext markup language, XML extensible markup language, and URI, that is uniform resource identifier, are the components of www. So two components we will use in World Wide Web or W3 are structural components and semantic components. So let's come to the next slide. The fundamental concept of web or World Wide Web or W3 is, first is the hypertext concept, which contains links to other text, which was developed by Ted Nelson around 1965. So hypertext which contain links to other text was developed by Ted Nelson around 1965. Now next is the hypermedia concept. It is a term used for hypertext which is not constrained to be text, but it can include graphics, videos and sounds. So which come first, internet or www? So it is the question which students generally ask, which come first, internet or www, that is web or you can say W3. So the internet come first. Internet and www are two different concepts. So internet is a global computer network which is made up of thousands of computers and computer networks. And in other case, www is a system that interlinked via internet. So it's very simple. Internet come first. With the help of internet, it is a global computer network in which we interact with thousands of computers and computer network. Now in second case, www, that is web, that is W3, is a system that interlinked with internet. So internet is a global system of interconnected computer networks, whereas it is a massive networks of networks. So you can say internet is the network of networks. Definition of internet is the network of networks. So the computer communication with each other using a common protocol, that is TCP/IP, that means transmission control protocol, internet protocol. And in www, it is one of the service that run on internet. It is a system of interlinked hypertext documents accessed via internet. So it is a way of accessing the information. So what is the main difference between World Wide Web and internet? Let's start. Many people use the term internet and W3. But the fact is this, they both terms are not synonymous. So internet and web are two separate, but they are related with each other. The internet is a massive network of network which connects millions of computers together globally, whereas we can say it is a network in which any computer can communicate with any other computer as long as they are both connected to the internet. And in other way, www is simple web, is a simple way of accessing information over the medium of the internet. So the web is just a portion of the internet with, but we can say it is the two terms which are not synonymous and should not be confused. So it is very clear in this slide. So internet is the network of network, where web www is just a portion of the internet. So what are web browsers? Web browsers displays a web document and enables user to access web documents. Now what is web server? Web server is a program that that waits for the browser to request a web page. So the server looks for the request information, retrieve it and send it to the browser, or send an error message if the file is not found. So next is URL, that is Uniform Resource Locator. These are the web addresses which shows a particular address of a system. So here is the web browsers, or you can say browser, which allows user to access web pages and web 2.0 programs. These are the different browsers, or you can say web browsers: Firefox, Opera, Google Chrome, Internet Explorers, Safari, all are the web browsers, or you can say browsers which are basically used to access the web pages. So here, how a web browser display a home page. So here are the steps I have mentioned. In step 1, you can see web browser software is clicking, that is the web browser icon, who is basically used for typing browser name. Here you will select, and here you will type the browser name in search box on the start menu. So here is the Internet Explorer or web browser name, search result on start menu. Here is the search box and you will type the web browser name. Now in second step, what we will do, the web browser look up its home page settings, and the screen on the right show at the home page is msn.com. which you want to browse, it will show in the second step as in the form of home page, that is the msn.com. Now this msn.com, what he will do, it will communicate with server which is maintained by internet access provider. So the server translates domain name of the home page to an IP address and send the IP address to their computer. Here you open the web browser with text the web browser name, and in step 2 you will open the web browser home page. And here how web browser communicate with different internet access provider with their specific domain name of the home page to an IP address which is sent by the computer. Here is an IP address. So this web browser uses the IP address to connect web server which is associated with their home page. So here you can say it is the home page of msn.com. Then request the home page from the server, where server sends the home page to the home browser which formats the page for display on your screen. So here is the process how web browser display the screen or display a home page. So it is the process, the way the web browser display a home page. Now how to create a web page. So here are the two basic steps. First is creating an HTML file, that is hypertext markup language file, which is the scripting language, and upload the file to the server. So these are the two basic steps for creating the web page. Now creating a web page. Web page is generally set of text files coded with special notation called hypertext markup language, that is HTML, that is interpreted by a web browser program reading the file. So here is the home page in your computer, which is, it is a Google is a search engine. You can say here is a home page. So here firstly home page at a website display. Some home pages are designed specially for micro browsers, but the home page link to another related web page which is basically called to be the surfing the web. And after processing all these things, we will download the process of receiving the information. So here are the two types of search tools which are basically used in search engines, and which are basically used search tools which are basically used to display the web pages, and they are mostly used in our search engines also. So here is a search engine subject directory. Search engine finds information related to a specific topic, whereas subject directory specifies or classifies web pages in an organized set of categories. So here you can say widely searched tools. Here are the here are the names of the search tools, their web addresses. They are not search engines. Here are some search tools having their subject directory and some are not. So here is the little bit list about the search tools. These are A9, Alta Vista, Bing, Ask, Google, MSN, lots of search tools here in the internet accessing or for creating the web pages. So these search engines are basically helpful for images, video, maps, business, news, audio. So these search engines are basically helpful for all these items or these things that we are uploading on the internet with the help of our web pages. So here are the some 13 type of websites: portals, news, information, business marketing, blog, wiki, online social networking, education, entertainment, web application, YC, content aggregators, personal. These are the 13 websites you can see in your slides. I have mentioned here with diagram. So next is the search engine. Now our next topic is search engine. Let's start with search engine. What is search engine? The father of search engines is Jonathan Fletcher. So here the slide shows the father of search engine is Jonathan Fletcher. A web search engine is a software system that is designed to search for information on the web, on the W3. So its results are generally presenting in a line of result, often referred to as search engine results pages, that are SERPs, search engine result pages. So the information may be in mix of web pages, image and other type of files. Example is Max. Google is the example of search engine. So here you can see different search engines that you people are daily use in your life for searching anything related to their education line, related to their studies. So you use different search engines like MSN. Google is one of the most popular search engine used by billions of peoples daily to search something related to their education, business, related Yahoo, Alta Vista, Allo, Ask Jeeves, Overtune. So these are the different search engines. So let's come to the next slide, how search engine work. Here is a diagram. I have mentioned how search engine work. Here you can see, here is the user. User can be you, me, anything else, anyone else who wants to search anything on the internet. So here is the user which enters query and a spider go to work. So user enter query. Here is the spider. Spider you can say crawls or robot which search index, which analyze and match the query. So after analyzing and matching the query in search index which is related to the user's query, pass to the search engine software where it will sort URLs, that is Uniform Research Locator, which display the results, and that result how much useful for the user will select among search results and related to the user query. So it is the search engine, how it works. Search engine, user query, the spider, the scroller you can say, the robot you can say. The spider is called to be the robot, spider is called to be the squirrel. Search index where it move to search engine software which display the result, and user search the result and send back to the user related to the user query. So here is the process of search engine, how search engine works. So importance of search engine. In search engine it is very important because over 8 billion web pages are available. So it would be impossible to search for the information that is specially needed. So you can say it is used to filter information that is on the internet and transfer it into result for each individual that can be easily accessed and used within a matters of seconds. So here is the importance of the search engine. So types of search engine, there are different types of search engine: crawler based search engine, directories, hybrid search engine, and last is the meta search engine. So we will learn one by one how the search engine works. Now first is the crawler based search engine. This type of search engine used a spider, robots, or a squirrel to search the internet. So it is an individual web page that pulls out keywords and adds the pages to the search engine's database. Here are the examples like Google, ask.com are the examples of the scroll robot or spider search engine. Now next are the directories. Directories are human powered search engines. So a website is submitted to the directory and it must be approved for the editorial staff. Some examples are demos is the example of directory search engine. Hybrid search engine. Now hybrid search engine is the combination of scroll and directories. So we have a choice when you search whether to search the web or a directory. So you may receive both human powered result and squirrel's results on the same search tool or in the same search engine. So here is the example is the Google. Google is one of the hybrid search engine which search both directory and robot search engine. Now next is the meta search engine. Here is the term meta means information within information. So it is one of the search engine which search several different search engines at once and combine the result into one list. So we can say the result within meta search engine is relevance and quality of the result may sometimes suffer. Here is the example of IXQuick is the example of meta search engine. Now here you can say here is the resources here the search engines how these resources related with their different users and how they react with different search engines which are related with meta search queries and response. And now the next way I am going to explain is here is a user query. User query search is a meta search inside the meta search engine or a different search engine which are related to different resources or internet. They respond back with the help of search engines and these search engines related to their meta search engines and they respond back to the query of the user. So here is the process how a search engine work. Now next is the summary. So here is the summary which shows www is a way of exchanging information. Tim Lee invents the W3 that is web that is World Wide Web at CERN where it is a constructed using HTML. So that is hypertext markup language. His basic step is to create a web pages. Now internet and www both are two different concepts which in which www is one of the service that run on the internet. So all these concepts related to www web pages search engines different between www and internet what are search engines different type of search engines we have covered in the above slides. Now next is the some questions. Is there a difference between www and internet? Yes, of course. I have explained in my slide. There was the same question. What is the difference between www and internet? Hope you find the answer of this question. Which come first, internet or a www? You all are aware about the slides, so you are all are aware about the question related to answer related to this question, which is which come first, internet or www? So web page is created using HTML, HTTP, URL, web browser. You know the answer how we can create the web page. So the next question in my mind is related to the slide is the thing which find information related to specific topic is called search engine or subject directory. So I have mentioned about these questions in the slide, so easily you can solve these questions, easily you can find the answers of these questions. So here students, let's little bit revise about the slide. which is related to the www and search engine. Here www means W3 and web, which is basically useful for exchanging of information in the form of text, image and sounds. And in our next slide, World Wide Web, same, the collection of related web pages which are associated with each other, or you can say in the form of text, image, documents. Here we have covered the history, who invent the www in 1989-1990, Tim Lee, which means to transferring text and graphics, which is in the form of text markup languages. So here we cover the two components, that is structural component and in semantic components. Then in next upcoming slide we have covered the fundamental concept related to the hypertext and hypermedia concept, which is basically related to the W3 or web pages. Now in next slide, which come first, internet and www? In the same question I have mentioned in the questions slides, which come first, www and internet? Here is the answer, internet come first. And in next slide we have covered what is internet, what is www. Next slide we have covered difference between www and internet. So with the help of this slide you can find the second question, what is the difference between W3 and internet. So here are the web browsers, web servers, and URL stand for Uniform Resource Locator. These are the web browsers which allow user to access web pages or web programs. So here are the steps how a web browser display the home page. These are the 4 steps. And how to create a web page. Here are the 2 ways, creating an HTML file and uploading file server. So this slide shows the answer of your third question. So how to create a web page with the help of HTML, that is hypertext markup language. Here is the home page, the first page, which is displayed in the phone. So you can here see how web page look like. Here are the search engines, 2 type of search engines and subject directories. Search tools uses 2 type of search engines. Those search tools include 2 parts, search engines and search subject directories. I have covered various search tools in our slide. Here are the different search tools you can see, and these are the search engines which is helpful for locating the items. You can say search engine is basically useful for image, video, text, news. Here are the different websites I have mentioned and showed 13 different websites. Here you can see these are the 13 websites. Now upcoming next topic is search engine. Who is the father of search engine? I have covered. Now here is the result, which is referred in the form of CERP, that is the search engine result page. So these are the search engines which is basically mix of web pages, images and other type of files. These are the 2 examples of search engines. Different search engines you can see in the slide. How search engine work, how a robot, how a spider carry search indexes, and how search engine software sort the URL, and how result is displayed, and how user can choose which is relevant related to their query. So here is the work related to the search engine. Some importance of search engine I have mentioned, which basically used to filter the information that is on the internet and transform the result which is related to their individually. They can access their result also. So these are the type of search engines. I have explained it one by one. The first is spider based search engine, you can say robot based search engine, you can say Ask and Google.com. Ask.com are the examples. Here is the directory which is related to the human powered search engine, and the example is demos is the example of directories. Is this hybrid, which is a combination of both robot and directories. Like you can say Google is one of the best example of hybrid search engine. And in next is the meta, means information within information, is known as meta. So IXQuick is an example of meta search engine. So you can say combination of the result into one list is called to be the meta search engine. And here I have explained how query moves to meta search engines and how it correlated with their search engines, and how the resources revert back to search engines, then meta search engines, and in the form of response back to the user's query. Here summary: www, who invent www, construction of www by using HTML, basic steps for creating web pages, which come first, which is the difference between internet and www. So we have covered all these topics in our slides, and related to these questions again I have revised all slides. Hope so you have find all answers easily and understand what is www, internet, search engines, and about how to design a web page, how HTML is helpful for designing web page. So students, these are the questions we have covered in the above mentioned slides. So students, thank you very much for your kind attention. Thanks a lot.